Hello, what is going on, guys? Hockey Guy 1 here. Welcome to my review of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, Guardians of the Galaxy is directed by James Gunn and stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Lee Pace. So, the story is about this guy named Peter Quill, or Star-Lord. He kind of goes on a mission to try to steal the Power Stone. And then ends up getting imprisoned after running into this guys, Groot, Rocket, and Gamora. And then Ronan wants to try to steal the Power Stone to give it to Thanos, but he couldn't. He decides to use it himself, but they have new team to Guardians of the Galaxy. So he has to come together and just stop Ronan from taking over Xandar. So the story is done very well. Well, it was very well paced throughout all three acts, and it's very coherent throughout all three acts, and gets through each and every character very well, and how they're gonna stop Ronan. It's all done very well, and I don't think they could have done it better. Star-Lord / Peter Quill is done very well. His character and development from like a stealer to kind of like a guardian of the galaxy, how you describe it, like the leader of the team. He is done very well, and I'm glad. And I think he has some of the best development in this film. Not the best, but one of the best out of the 5. But it's done, and it couldn't have done him any better there, and I'm glad he has done it as well as he was. Gamora is also a very well developed as a character, like from kind of being with Ronan to learning that. I really don't want to be thrown, but betraying Ronan and being with the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's good development for her character, as well as her romance with Star-Lord is done very well. It's definitely more focused on in the sequel, but I still think for what they did with it here is done pretty well, the way it started, and I don't think it could have really been done that much better. Drax's character is really done well. Like, he is such a badass. Like, you do get why he wants to go after Ronan. Like, he wants to go after him because he killed his daughter and wife. Like, you did get that, but his development is also done very well. Also, he's more than a badass. Like you get his development. It's done very well. All the way he develops with the team and learns that he can have to dispute the team, not really just kill everybody. Rocket is also done very well. Like he's kind of just a criminal killer at first, who wants money. And he kind of is kind of how I see that, and he kind of goes after Quill, and because of that reason, and like those development with the team and how he has to learn that he can't just kill everything. I think it's done very well, and this character is probably the best one, to be honest, in this movie. He's pretty awesome. Groot as a character has done very well, like especially as a comic relief character, since he goes like, "I am Groot" the entire time, which makes him a pretty good comic relief, and it was like, and it's very good. He had the moment as a comic relief, like one of the best comic reliefs inside these Marvel movies. He's done very well, especially the sacrifice he makes when he makes himself grow over the rest of the team and die from the and that was a very, very touching moment where he sacrifices for him. Of course, he doesn't completely die because they regrow him, but that was a great sacrifice for him, and I really like how they did that. Nebula is done very well as well, and as she's kind of that character who, I mean, she's always with Ronan. She's loyal to Ronan just about for the entire movie, but as her development when she realized that it was Ronan was doing the wrong thing, and kind of develops with Gamora. During the climax when she realizes that Ronan's kind of a bad person, so it ends up not being Ronan after the climax. Ronan as a villain is pretty underrated. Like, most people don't really like him, but to me, I feel like he's one of the better MCU villains. Like, I do feel like he was really good. And, like, his development and motivation and wanting to take over Xandar and taking the Power Stone from Thanos, rather than giving it to Thanos, just use it for himself. Like, and he's a very intimidating villain. Like, there's many times where you think he can easily win it, but because of how intimidating he is of a villain. And he's definitely a huge threat that I like. And he's just, I do feel like he's done much better than what some people give him, but like it sounds, I don't really care if you don't like him, but that's just my thoughts on him. But he's just done very well to me. Yeah, how intimidating he is, like and how well connected he is to the characters. Like, I don't think villains have to be connected to the characters, but I like it how they do this to make him a bit better of a villain. And the action scenes were awesome, like the escape from that prison in Xandar before Ronan comes in and fights Drax, and all the others has to escape it. It is a really great action scene, you see, as well as the climax, like the entire thing, like when Gamora's fighting Nebula, and when the entire team comes together and uses the Power Stone to who kill Ronan and stop Ronan, is done. It's like a very great action scene, and all these action scenes in this film were really fun to watch and very well done. So the visual effects, I mean, wow, they're just great in this movie. Like, the designs for Rocket and Groot are done very well. Like, just looking at Rocket, he looks almost just like a raccoon, and Groot looks a lot like you'd expect a living tree to look like, and done very well, and as well as like all the background design in space, whenever things are shot in this movie, and like guns and stuff like that, and as well as Xandar stuff. That planet looks really good and very well visually. Costume designs aren't really comic book accurate, but they don't really have to be to look good. Like, I like the looks on them. I like these new costume designs that they used. That's what I care about. Like these new costume designs that they used are probably better than, honestly, than the ones that they used in the comics. Like, Star-Lord's new costume looks very well. I mean, all the makeup used for Gamora is very impressive, and it looks very great, as well as Drax. They've obviously used a lot of makeup for him, and it looks great. As well as Ronan, so, like, the costume designs used for Ronan, that's the most comic book accurate of them all. And it looks fantastic, the way, with all the makeup on Ronan, and it looks awesome. The acting from Chris Pratt is very impressive. I honestly can't really imagine anyone else being Star-Lord after this, because he's amazing. As well as Zoe Saldana as Gamora she was amazing. As well as Batista as Drax, Bradley Cooper as Rocket, Vin Diesel's Groot, and Lee Pace as Ronan. I thought they all did great in this film, and I was very impressed with their performances and how great they were. So the soundtrack is very good, great. Like, just about all the songs that Star-Lord listens to are really great songs. like the A song. I don't really know what it's called, but it's a great song, as well as Hooked on a Feeling was played sometime in this, and that's a pretty good song, and yeah, the soundtrack is just great. So negatives, I do have one, kinda. Like, it's a very small one. Like, I do feel like Nova Prime and the Nova Corps should have been more fleshed out for this movie. They kind of felt like it's kind of background characters, which I guess they kind of are, but I still think they should have fleshed them out a bit more. So overall, Guardians of the Galaxy is a fantastic film, and I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy a 9.5 out of 10. That was my review of Guardians of the Galaxy. What are your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy? Tell me in the comments below, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.